Hello my dear friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will discuss about some of the problems which students do face when they are preparing for their IELTS speaking test, when they are practicing English speaking. Well, sometimes it is assumed that if you are the native speaker of English language, you can answer every question fluently. Non-native speakers do believe that native speakers are perfect, or you can say more perfect than them in answering all the questions which are asked to them in English. But it is not the case. In IELTS speaking, when sometimes you will see that native speakers also fumble, they also struggle to answer some of the questions, and they are not able to answer those questions instantly. This doesn't require your knowledge of English language. Sometimes students cannot develop ideas instantly, immediately when the question is asked to them. So it is also not the case of being brilliant student or less brilliant student. Sometimes brilliant students are not that quick to answer any question in IELTS speaking test, but on the other hand, there are some less brilliant students who can develop ideas for that particular question quickly. So it is just a matter of practice. Well, many students come to me for IELTS training, and as per my experience, I'll tell you one thing that sometimes, even most of the times, when students are at beginner level or they are at intermediate level, and in fact in at advanced level, they are preparing for English test, this English test. Sometimes they do get stuck in some of the questions which are being asked to them in their speaking practice. Their common answer is their usual answer is that, ma'am, we haven't thought about this ever. We have never bothered to think about this thing. It doesn't mean they do not know the English to express themselves. They are good in English, they are expert in English, they can tell their thing in English, they can express themselves in English. But the thing is, they say we haven't heard about this question ever. Nobody asked us this thing ever. It never came to our mind. For example, I'll show you one example. Sometimes you are asked questions about family in your speaking preparation when you are preparing for IELTS exam. In the classroom you can be asked, in the final exam you can be asked, in the mock tests which are conducted on weekly basis. In those tests, students are asked these questions. For example, my topic is family. I'll ask the student, how much time do you spend with your family? He can answer well. He can say these many hours, this much time. Then my next question could be, are you close to your family? This could be easily handled by the student, because these are the common things. Now my next question is, you see this question, do you resemble to your mother or father? Question is very simple, it's not tricky. A student can answer this easily, but the thing is, sometimes students say they get stuck and they start fumbling. They say like they cannot start immediately because they start thinking that do I resemble to my mother or father? To which parent do I resemble? They start thinking because they have never thought about this thing. Nobody asked to them this thing, and they have never prepared for this thing to be expressed in English language. So it doesn't show that you're not good in English. It shows that the question is not common to you. Question is not much familiar to you. There is one more example. Sometimes you are asked about friends. This is simple question. Do you have many friends? I can calculate and immediately I can answer. Are all your friends faithful? I can tell this too. Do you meet your friends regularly? I have ideas that I have wording as well, that weekly, monthly, frequently, on the daily basis. Then my next question is, do you think people of same age make good friends or people with different ages? Now, have you ever thought about it? can you answer this question immediately? You will start thinking about the ideas. Well, you will start thinking that I have never thought about it, that same age people make good friends or people with different ages, because in my group we are of same age. My all friends are almost of same age, so you are not able to convey your ideas whether people of same age make good friends or with different ages. So these are again unfamiliar, uncommon questions which students do feel in their speaking exam, and it doesn't show your level of English. Actually, you are not able to quickly make up the ideas. Now these things will come in your mind, that why these questions are new to you, why you are not able to answer these questions quickly, because nobody ever discussed these things with you. You never discuss these things with anyone. Means whatever your age is up to now, you never came across such questions. Nobody asked you. That's why these questions are new to you. Or you say that you don't have instant thoughts. No instant thoughts come in your mind regarding these things. And if thoughts come in your mind, you are not able to express those thoughts in specific vocabulary words. You feel difficulty to make right choice of vocabulary words to express your thoughts, and then what happens is you start fumbling. Let's move to the next topic, that is about flowers. Sometimes you can be asked about the kinds of flowers, names of different flowers, and you won't believe that sometimes students do get stuck while answering this question, names of flowers. They just know some common names, rose, lotus, etc. uh, Next is flowers as a gift. Do you give flowers as a gift to other people? Then question comes, are there any flowers that have special meaning in your country? Well, special meaning for this, students think that it is bit uncommon thing to be talked about. We never talked about this thing in my family or with my friends, and you will start thinking that it was never an area of interest for me. I never gave it a thought that which flower do have a special meaning in my country, or any special purpose in my country. So you start thinking, you keep on asking yourself, keep on saying yourself in your mind that that is the least bother topic in my life. I never paid attention to it, that which flowers do have special meaning in my life. But my dear students, you have to answer somehow for that question. You can't say these things which I have written here, that this is the least bother topic in my life, or it was never an area of interest for me, and I was never interested to know which flower do have any specific meanings, any special meaning in my country. You have to answer somehow. You can make up your answer. These things I will tell you later on in this video, that how can you answer or handle such questions in your IELTS speaking. Now, next question is, do you know the history of your country well? It can be asked. Now, there could be the student who hated history. You will think in your mind that I am the student who hated studying history in my school time. Do you know the history of your country well? It could be answered by saying yes, by saying no. For yes, you have to give reason, and then if you're saying yes, you have to give a bit explanation with that. Means you will say some of the things or vocabulary words related to history, such as you can talk about different wars, you can talk about civilizations, old civilization, you can talk about kings, queens, you can talk about different kingdoms. So some of the rulers, these things you can talk about. But if the student is there who never who was never interested in such things, who was never interested in the history, so he will feel difficulty there to answer this question. Now I will show you one more topic. You can be asked question about this topic, names, and questioning could be like this: how do you remember people's names? You honestly tell me, have you ever thought about it? Have you ever thought about it? How do you remember people's names? But you have to answer in IELTS exam. But this silly thing come in your mind that rocket science study I have to do yet. Isn't it a silly question? How do you remember people's name? Then it could be asked to you, how do you feel when people can't remember your name? You have to answer in some way there. How do you feel when people can't remember your name? Means you have to make up the story, you have to express some of the emotions here. But actually we don't give a damn to other people that whether they are remembering our name or not. Now, this could be asked to you, what is the best way to memorize new words while learning a foreign language? Now, it can come to your mind that if I would be knowing how to memorize new words while learning a foreign language, why would I be here struggling in front of you to express my ideas in English? Actually, you are still learning this thing, how to memorize new words. So, you daily ask your IELTS teacher or your language teacher, how can I memorize new words? You are still developing strategies, but you have to answer there, what is the best way? Best way is asked to you, how to memorize new words. Now, you have to be prepared for all these types of questions before your final IELTS exam. I'll show you some of the unfamiliar topics for which questions can be asked to you in IELTS speaking. It could be about shoes, and you will really face some of the funniest questions here. Shoes. You actually even you can't expect such questions. Shoes, museums. Now a person has never visited to any museum till now in his life, but if the questions are related to museums, you have to answer. Bags, hats, boots. You can be asked about boots, watches. Questions can be like this. Do you think in the future people will stop wearing watches on their wrist because mobile phones are there? Then you can be asked about forgetting things. Mirrors. Questioning could be related to mirrors, different types of mirrors, and what types of mirrors are there in your home. Do you use mirrors? Why do people use mirrors? So you should be ready to answer all these types of questions. Then arts. Suppose the student who is appearing in this exam is a science student. He was never interested in learning about arts, but he is being asked about arts, so in some way he has to answer. He or she has to handle the questions properly to get good band scores. Then handwriting. About handwriting skills, many questions can be asked. And sky and stars. So what could be the solutions? Now these are the problems I have discussed, that you can be asked those questions which you have never heard. You never expected that these questions can be asked you in your life, or those questions seem funny to you. Those questions just seem really out of context to you. You have never discussed about those things. You have never gathered information regarding those things. So what could be the solutions? First of all, I would say that you try to make notes of possible questions and answers before the exam. Now, I have guided you that these topics can be asked, questions related to these topics can be asked to you in your IELTS speaking test. So you should be ready. So first of all, you will write the topic. For example, my topic is handwriting. I will make notes of all the related questions which can be asked to you, asked to me for this topic, handwriting. I can frame the questions by my own creativity, and I can even get question or copy paste the questions from internet, because there are multiple links from which you can get the questions for IELTS speaking tests. If you write this topic handwriting, all the related questions will appear on your screen. You pick up all those questions. You often handwrite. Do you this question could be there, what are the benefits of handwriting, what are the benefits of typing, how these two things are different, which thing is good, handwriting or typing? And possible question could be this: do you think good handwriting is important in today's world? Or this could be as means you just make notes of all the possible questions related to a particular topic. Do you think this skill will disappear in the future? What are the methods to improve handwriting, or you can say how children can be encouraged to improve their handwriting or to handwrite? So these are my possible questions. This is the list of my possible questions which can be asked to this particular related to this particular topic. So I will make my notes like this. First of all, I will choose a topic and I will write all the possible questions related to that topic before my final exam, so that I am all ready for that topic and to face that topic in my final exam. So after that, whenever I have made list of all the possible questions, expected questions, I will make notes for the answers by writing the main points. For example, you often handwrite, I will answer for that. I use computers, I use texting, I use phone. But being a student, I have to make notes sometime. I have to write. I do write my diary as well. At that time, I do make use of this handwriting skill. So these are my notes for this answer, for this possible question. This possible answer is there. This sample answer is there. For handwriting versus typing, you can say sometimes handwriting is illegible, but typing is more clear. And for typing, we can make use of different styles and fonts, which is not possible with handwriting. For handwriting, there could be only a unique style of ours. In this way, I will make notes of expected questions related to a topic and make notes for the possible answer for that question. So in bold, you can see there are some notes for these questions. You can go through those by pausing the video. Then my second helpful tip for you is that before your IELTS speaking in exam, whether you're interested or not, you should read as many sample answers as you can for different topics for IELTS speaking by searching on the internet, by buying the book. In books, you can see there are several books available in the market. In those books, all the topics, common topics for IELTS speaking are covered with the answers, sample answers. I have shown you that for some of the questions we can't make our answer or prepare our answer quickly, immediately before the examiner, before the teacher. So for those questions, we have to feed our mind. We have to keep some points in our mind before we face those questions. Before we come across those questions, we have to feed those sample answers in our mind. You just go through those sample answers. You don't memorize those sample answers. You just go through those sample answers, and whenever you will be asked those such questions, you will get an idea how to express ideas or points for that answer. Then my next thing is which is helpful to you, that is make notes of related vocabulary. For my topic is sky and stars. Now the thing is, we know what possible questions could be related to this topic, what answers could be there, but sometimes we may face difficulty in expressing our viewpoints because the specific vocabulary do not come to our mind at that time. We lack vocabulary. So whenever you're making notes like this, you just write the topic and you write all the related vocabulary words by searching, by reading, by getting guidance from your teacher. You just write that topic and all the related words. For example, my topic is sky and stars. I have made notes like this. I have written all the related specific vocabulary words which I can use in answering the questions related to sky and stars. These are universe, galaxies, twinkling stars, clean and clear sky. My next advice to you is that you should practice real exam like situations before your final exam of IELTS speaking. You can practice this thing with your any sibling, any family member, with your any friend, with your class teacher or trainer, online, offline, and with some other experts. But you should definitely feel the atmosphere which is there in real exam room before the examiner. You should have that feel before the final exam. Anyone should conduct that test for you, which happens in the real exam room, the real IELTS speaking test. It you should face that test, or you should practice real exam like situation before your final exam. It will give you the confidence, it will show your weaknesses before the exam, and you can improve those things before your exam. So my final thing is that you should practice as many daily life related things questions as possible. For example, if you're sitting in a room, you can frame the questions, possible questions related to room, related to bed, related to chairs, related to your dining area, related to food, related to clothes, related to decoration of your room. So when you're sitting somewhere, you just look around you, whatever things are there you see in a routine in your daily life around you: trees, plants, water places, neighborhood, cars. So you just keep on framing questions. You just keep on thinking about the questions related to all those common things, all those daily life related things, and just keep on preparing answers for those things in your mind, in your daily life, in your routine life. So these are my suggestions to you to prepare for those questions which are completely new to you, and those seem easy but you have never thought about those things. So the thing is, you don't get stuck. So for that you need to prepare in advance for all those questions by following all these suggestions. So see you in the next video. I hope you will pay attention to all these points. Thanks for watching.